y'all tuned into the motherfucking greatest. Grip 'em a ball. Said the ladies, they love me. From the bleachers, they screaming.
Episode 8. Welcome back, everybody. Am I too close to the mic?
No, you're good.
Am I good here? All right. You guys ever watch the show How I Met Your Mother?
I love that show, actually.
It's really, I think it's a well-written show. Everything about it's really good. One of the girls on there is, I think she's on TV, does some kind of late-night news show or something. Well, in one of the episodes, they made a drinking game out of her broadcast because she said, I think, or okay a lot. So every time she said okay, anybody at the bar at 3 a.m. had to drink. So I think that it's only fair that we give our listeners. Now, we encourage you to join along with pretty much everything that we do. That's why we bring in the Memphis segments. We give you advice on how to have a good time in Memphis.
We think we know a lot of shit.
Feel free to get your dick sucked by a guy. I mean, just play along.
Play along, yeah.
Wow.
Do what we do.
Wow, man.
Only if
Speak to.
Holy fuck.
I talk about, like, pussy and all that other juvenile shit. That's all.
Pussy jacking off.
I like to get the
Man
11 through the 15-year-old range. That's where I'm targeted.
that's your key demographic.
They think I'm cool. I say fuck a lot. Yeah, why?
Jesus.
Fuck
That's
me. I'll let them all
Busting
have
it
it.
wide open.
Right.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Piping it out right from the bat.
Anyway, we feel like for those that get to listen to us when they're not on the clock, when they're not at work.
And, of course, all the strip clubs that play us, because, I mean, we're all...
Right,
That
right.
happens a lot.
James Barton, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, he works.
We're in fucking Memphis. Ain't he in Memphis?
He's in Columbia.
Missouri?
Yes.
Wow, I just made that up, huh? Can we ask James Parton to move to Memphis?
I don't see why we couldn't.
Are you asking him now? I thought Chad pulled out his phone. I thought, are you asking him now?
I was going to. Just if we had time.
Would you do that? Because I'm trying to. I'll intro this bit what we're going to do, and you can text
Hold on,
James.
did he
and ask him
ever
to
live
move.
in Memphis? Did I completely make that whole thing up?
I think you did it one time. Hey, we're in Texas
Love you,
now,
James
by the way.
Parton.
Texas,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. So we're
It's
moving
not-
all over.
It's not that great, but yeah, okay. I'll take it.
Who's in Texas?
Mitch, that guy who called you on the phone the other night.
Fucking right, he did.
My
Told me
buddy,
I want a $500. Go ahead.
my
do it.
buddy's got I don't know if it's an iPhone app or whatever, but where you can put in, you can change your voice to a woman's voice, and then you can change the number that shows up on the other person's ID. And my buddy, totally fooled me. I'm sitting in class, and I get a phone call right before class started. And he's like, hey, this is, so-and-so down at Walmart. You won $500 gift card. Come pick it up. And I was like, I sort of believed it a little bit, but then the class was getting ready to start. It just kind of caught me in an awkward time. So then I hung up the phone, and he called me back. He's like, hey, man, that was me. I was just kidding. And I was like, dude, you so got to do that to Chuck.
Sure.
And so he did, and Chuck didn't buy it at all. It totally blew the whole thing.
No, what I told him was I was like, listen, I was gonna call him a fuck face for doing. I was gonna go listen, fuck face, but there was always that small, slim chance that maybe it was really Walmart.
That's what I was experiencing.
Yeah, so
I
I was
wanted
like-
to be like, what is this, a timeshare? Or
Yeah, so I told him, I go, listen, I go, hang up the phone. I go, you gonna be at this? I said, this number's Walmart, right? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, hang up the phone. I'm gonna call back. I said, if you answer, then we're cool. So he fucking hangs up the phone. I call back, and the lady's like, hello. I go, who is this? She goes, who is this? She's like, who is this? And I go, no. I go, who is this? I go, what residence did I call? She goes, this is the green residence. And I go, who all's there? I go, you got a younger person there? She goes, it's just me and my husband. I go, oh, we'll talk to you later.
You's
honey.
gonna,
I hung up.
you's gonna bust up some 13-year-old prank calling you like you never did it.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, wow. I've never felt
Hold
like a
on.
bigger douche in my life than right now.
They have an app for that?
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, iPhone has the app.
That-
iPhone's got the fucking most killer app ever. You touch the iPhone to do whatever the fuck you want. Well, there's an app that you can, say your old lady's gonna look at your shit while you put your phone down.
Oh, I see.
You can go on the iPhone, hit this app, and it'll show you where the last 10 places that have been hit on your phone.
That's the Tiger Woods app.
What?
The Tiger Woods app
shows
clears
finger-
all his shit.
Yeah.
No, it don't clear anything.
Oh, it
when you
shows
pick
you.
it up, it'll show you where the last 10 fingerprints
So
were,
that's-
where they were touching on your phone, so you can know if your girlfriend was checking your shit.
That's the ex-wife app. Chuck's ex-wife app.
I don't want to say any more than this. I don't
Yeah.
think that we need to go into any more detail than this, but I can say definitively that they can also be used as scales.
Hey,
I don't know what you got to
that's funny
measure.
that you say that. Hey, that's
I don't
funny.
know what you're measuring. Okay?
That's funny that
That
you say
scale,
that. That's
that app doesn't work.
The ex-wife app. My old My ex-wife used to check all my shit.
Email
everything.
and
Email,
fantasy
everything.
football.
She'd check everything. Fuck yeah, she'd see who the fuck I was trading on fantasy football. She she deleted.
I wouldn't trade Tory Holt if I was you.
She'd unproposed the trade.
Bitch, how you know that?
But no, so I changed all my passwords because she can find out my passwords because it's like, what's your first dog's name? Who's your best friend? Shit like that. She knows all that. So, she can find out all my passwords. So she got my passwords. She figured out every one of my passwords were hi, my ex-wife's name, Ashley.
Lucy.
It said all my passwords were hi, Ashley. Every one of them. So when she would check it, when she'd finally get to the bottom of it and see what my password was, it'd say hi, Ashley. My Hotmail account is still hi, Ashley.
Write that down.
Oh, I ain't got nothing on there.
So, hey, we're going to do a drinking game, though.
Right, yeah, drinking game. If you heard Gay Revelations, you know where we're going to go with this, but Chuck said a lot of different shit on this show. He kind of recapped a little bit about some of the shit that he said.
Some of it...
but some of it is directed at other people, but sometimes he makes really candid confessions. So every time you hear this...
I didn't blow him, he blew me.
when we hear that clip, you got to what?
3-second waterfall.
3-second waterfall.
3-second waterfall.
2, 3, you're drinking.
And we're all drinking. We got some people here that's drinking.
Danny brought some of his own homebrew again.
Drinking Danny's brew. Judy Juggernauts, his old lady's here. Got Joey.
Biggest tits I ever seen in my life.
Second biggest for me.
Joey Boyle's in the house again.
Yeah. Oh, Boyle rules over there.
Twan's in the house. Derek's here. My old lady's here drinking wine.
Damn right.
Oh,
Looking as
goodness.
beautiful as ever.
I told her I was threatening to open up.
Home.
I was threatening to open up the show by saying, "Hi, welcome back to the show," and Sarah's wasted. But we wouldn't say anything like that about her. No,
Introduce Marcus.
she's
Yeah,
fine.
we got a guest here.
So every time you hear, real quick,
I didn't blow him, he blew me.
3-second waterfall, and we got a guest with us down from I think. Okay, we talked about this when we were out back taking care of some business earlier, Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Chuck didn't get in on that?
Originally from no, he didn't. He missed out on it.
Oh, I thought it was gay activity.
He
I ain't saying it because the fucking thing's going to say it.
originally from Ironton,
Yes, sir.
but now you live in St.
South
Louis,
City, St. Louis.
South City, and it's Marcus Newstead. And hey, thanks for hanging out, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me. I'm actually a humongous fan of this show.
That's awesome to
I
hear.
love it before I go to work every day. I listen to it.
That's awesome.
I
Right
piece
on.
it together over the time. I listen to Adam Carolla podcast and
Sure.
the NPR Car Talk podcast.
Well, I don't know about that one, but I like Adam
Dude,
Carolla.
it's just two guys from
Yeah.
Boston getting like wild on car questions. I don't even give a fuck about cars or.
Dude, I've
anything like
seen
that.
your car pull up.
Dude, yeah.
You don't care that much about cars.
It looks like a fucking snowmobile.
It's parked in my neighbor's like front yard over there. I'm sure I'm gonna get a knock on the door here in a minute.
It was so funny because I was walking into your garage and I looked up and I seen him at the stop sign. I go, God damn, it looks like a fucking snowplow on the front. I looked out. His hood has been up so much it looks like a snowplow.
We got Mr.
All right.
Plow over there.
All right. All right. Let me. Okay, I'll explain that. Yesterday, I was on my way to work.
This happened yesterday?
This happened yesterday.
Oh wow.
I was on my way to work,
Mr.
and
Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
that should have been the clip, man.
Yeah, that's the drinking clip.
That'd be a way better clip if you could.
So the car's jacked up.
So the car's jacked up. So I was on Skinker heading towards the Loop. I work up in the Loop at Cicero's.
Great place.
Fantastic place.
Dig it.
And lady break. It's gnarly traffic up there. It's horrible. If I live up there, go to work. It's horrible on that street. Brake lights, and it was my turn to fucking have a car accident. I guess that.
Oh, no, yeah, that happens.
So nothing. I wasn't even on my phone. I was not preoccupied whatsoever. I wasn't inebriated in any way. I was on my way to work. I was ready to do my job. I was and it was horrible. It really sucked. The worst part about it is that I thought I have a warrant in Webster Groves for a parking ticket, like from 2 years ago. So, because I got pulled over back in July at Warped Tour by this Maryland Heights cop, who, by the way, scanned my license plate from the front of his car. Cop cars do that. It's the future. It's fucking horrible. Big brother.
He scanned the back of your license?
He was.
What?
I was past. Riverport Amphitheater.
Sure,
Or whatever
yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
it's called now. Yeah. Anyways, I'm pulling in the parking lot. They got Maryland Heights cops patrolling the parking lot. Making sure people aren't drinking in their cars and shit. I'm pulling around to go to load in my shit to play fucking Warped Tour this year, and This Maryland Heights cop whips around, comes up. I'm out of my car, and
I didn't blow him. He blew me.
shit, damn it.
I'll count it off. 1, 2, 3. Anyway.
Damn.
Cold as a mountain stream, yet smooth as its name.
Bod tear water.
Natural life.
So the cop car scanned my license plate with some kind of sensor in the dash. I mean, I wouldn't even do anything wrong. I was not speeding or anything. And he pulled up next to me and gives us, "Hey, Marcus." And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, that'd be creepy.
Here?
That'd be like
Creep me out
Twilight.
so bad, dude. Like, and
Imagine if you was stoned at that point. You're
Dude,
just
it
like,
would be-
dude, I got a pound of
like-
weed in the back.
dude,
Yeah.
no,
You know my name already. You've been
Panicking.
following me.
Dude, no. So I get out of my car and the cop's like, "Hey, Marcus," and I'm like, "Hi." Thinking
Just
he,
go,
like,
man. Just
thinking
go.
Thinking he like knew me, you know?
You think he's let you go? I didn't blow him. He blew me.
No.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Is this going to be every 14 seconds? Oh, you count?
1, 2, 3.
Now I need another beer.
Shithead.
That was wrong.
You shithead. I'm covered in bush now. Not the bad
That's the
kind.
that's
good
that's the
kind.
only time that sentence is
Shit,
acceptable.
man, I'm fucking. Anyways, I didn't get a ticket. The cop busts me out and he says, "Hey, you have a warrant in Webster Grove. Did you know that?" I'm like, no. But I may have known it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And so he let me go to play the show because me and my singer Pat were in the car, and the cop. I knew I was getting off when the cop said, "Hey, this guy good enough to be in the band?" to my singer, and I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm getting off the case." Because he's like starting to fuck with me now. He's not gonna be like, "Hey man, is this guy a good guitar player?" And Pat's gonna be like, "Yeah man, he's a good dude. You know, he's a good man. You know." And then the cop will be like, "Ah, that's awesome because he's going the fuck to jail right now." That'd be horrible, I think.
That would be the opposite
Yeah.
of how you want that situation to work out. Huh?
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the car crunch story.
That was
Ray-
that was yesterday.
Yes, it was
that
yesterday
happened?
on my way to work. I stood and waited with this angry black woman
Danny, how many beers?
that my car didn't even dent her Jeep at all. You know,
That's a shitty part of the story. Like you wish it would have done just a little
no
bit of
retribution whatsoever. The best part about it is the cop didn't even ask for my ID. He didn't even ask for my name until I handed him my insurance card. It was like a city cop. He had better shit to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I got off scot-free on that one. I mean, my hood's fucked up, but
In addition to getting into car wrecks, you also you do some stand up.
yes, sir. I'm a budding stand-up comedian.
Aren't they all?
They all are. They're all fucking budding. They're all under the age of 24.
You're like a
Not me, buddy.
I know.
I'm budding and I'm 30 fucking 2.
Get up there, dude. No,
Right.
seriously. It's fun, man. I've always wanted to do it since I was a little kid.
Me too.
I've just been listening to you talk, man. You'd be perfect at it. Some of
See,
the
that's-
people go up there like,
That's actually kind of how the podcast started.
that's what you were telling me earlier. Yeah, that's awesome.
We went up to
Good way
see
to start stuff, man.
we went up to see a guy we like a lot, Tom Green, and he was doing stand up. He's I don't think he's ever did stand up his career. It was the first time, but we've been fans of his show and,
Big time
and other
fans,
stuff.
man.
So we went up to see him, and the opening act sucked.
Yeah, I was like, I can do better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Chad was saying. He's like, man, Chuck's funnier than that.
Yeah, and on the ride home, everybody's drunk, you know, and
Yeah.
like, Chuck, you got to do it, man. And by the time we got home, I think I had you a gig booked.
You did at Hubs.
Right,
you had
right,
me a
right.
fucking gig booked at Hubs in like 3 weeks.
And, and Timmy was like, turn down the radio. He was way drunk. He was way drunk in the back. He was like, Chad, turn down the radio. Let's hear Chuck's act right now.
Like, I ain't got no goddamn act. You just said it 5 minutes ago. How the fuck do I have an act already?
Yeah, so, you know, we try to get you into stand-up. I still think you'd be good at it, but you kind of pussed out a little bit, and I was trying to think of how I could make money off of you.
Monday.
I'm like, what's
I think
up?
if we ever make money off this show, it would be from me going on the road stand-up.
Wow. Artie
You
Lang.
don't think so? How the fuck you gonna sell a podcast? You don't make no money on a podcast.
No. So anyway, when we got home, you kind of pussed out of the stand-up gig thing. You started writing a little bit, and I was like, man, we should just do a podcast because Dwayne's got radio experience, and I don't know what I do, but
The brains,
That's my
main thing
the
about
brains
it.
of the operation. We've already
We were the
worked this out.
shaker.
Yeah.
so I was like, I thought it'd be a good
And
idea.
we would never know when to take a break. if you weren't if you weren't there to do a little mini tornado in the air, we wouldn't know what the hell to do.
Speaking of breaks, let's take one.
All right.
The day just stays the black and back to Naples. I cut off and I clipped the navel. Now back to Skyville. Going down with Satan, a knife in my hand. A
So we're back. We're talking with Marcus. We kind of like when we had the band on. Joey's here from the band.
CrushItToDeath.com.
We asked them what their influences were, and I kind of like, as far as stand-up comedy goes, I mean, I would think as far as bartending goes, it would be Tom Cruise Cocktail, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
No, it's more
Kokomo.
Roadhouse.
Oh,
Roadhouse.
right. Sure, right.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is
I
a
thought-
crazy Scientologist.
I thought you'd be bigger.
At least, yeah.
But what about as far as stand-up comedy goes? You have some influences that...
Well, I've always liked it since I was a kid. When I was really young, I really liked George Carlin.
I wish my brother was here right now.
Absolutely.
My dad was a big Carlin fan, and he kind of put that on me when I was a young kid, and just it would be on, and like he would leave it on, and because he'd tell me, I was like, we were with his dad, and he's like, oh, this is funny, watch this, and I'd watch it, and I'd fucking crack up. I thought it was hilarious, and like my dad cusses like a sailor, you know, so do I. So I mean,
Right. Yeah.
comes from it, but I mean, like there's an intellect behind it too that Carlin had, and like all the angry stuff as he got older was just amazing.
He turned into a bitter old man, didn't he?
Jesus, he was just he was on a crusade, man. It was awesome to watch. Just like these people would pay upwards of like I've heard like $500 just to sit in the front row because they think it might be Carlin's last show, you know?
Yeah,
especially if it's
yeah.
taped on HBO, like
Right.
the last tape special was the last time he was alive, you know? And like he's just fucking yelling at him and berating him, and it's just awesome. I mean,
So
and
if I was
people
to get
laugh at
into
it.
stand-up comedy and threaten suicide after every show, then the next one would sell.
They'd call
I'd
your
get,
bluff.
$500
They'd
tickets.
That's what Gigi Allen did, isn't it?
He was a nut.
Yeah.
he just
But that's
shat
what
on
he did,
himself
right?
and came
Right.
in his mouth.
Well, he said he was going to commit suicide on stage. I
dumped
think.
her on stage.
But I don't know. Like when I think about stand-up comedy, you know, like when I was a kid, it was like I remember watching Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like way
I watched
before.
Delirious when I was
Right.
when I was
way.
like wee little
Way
HBO.
way before I should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I watched it at your house.
Probably.
I mean, it was way before you should have.
Right.
And
Way-
way
way-
even further.
Raw
from
might
when
be
I
the
should've.
greatest stand-up
Yeah.
special of all time.
I totally agree.
It's kind of like a dying art, though. You know, I mean,
Well,
like
I'll say, man, the fact of
contemporary
I'm a connoisseur.
stand-up
Yeah.
comedy.
I'm
you
a
know?
connoisseur. Like I like to think that I'm not like busting off any dude holding a puppet or
Right.
you know Carlos Mencia or any bullshit like that. Like I mean, I like to think that like you know people. It is an art, and there's an art to it. Like it's kind of weird, man. It's you would look at a stand-up comic and think he's just be up there being goofy, but it's like I've seen these guys be normal off stage and then just totally turn into some other person on stage.
Eddie
So-
Murphy Raw
Hold on.
is a form of art. To me, it's a form
Yeah,
of
He
art.
performed that like in one fell swoop, man. You know, another
Agreed.
great one that I think is kind of an underrated one is Louis C.K. just did one recently called "Chewed Up."
Yeah.
Louis
And, it's
C.K.
pretty
is a
it's pretty progressive, man. Like it's pretty fearless, man.
Have you seen the new show on FX?
Oh God, it's amazing.
It's a great show. Good show.
I saw Louis C.K. at the pageant like 2 years ago when he toured, and I'm really familiar with his material,
Oh, wait, I
and
got one here.
I didn't recognize hardly any of the stuff he did that night. He just does new stuff every single night. Like he'll just make stuff up during the day. Some of it works, some of it doesn't, but like there's a balance to it. That the stuff that doesn't work, the stuff that does work, like kills because he'll just go above and beyond like what is needed to go like be said to make people laugh. It's pretty intense.
Let's get down to brass tacks here, Marcus. Are you a fan of Mitch Hedberg or not?
Oh God, yeah, I love Mitch
Okay.
Hedberg, big time fan.
All right.
I think
The
we're all
thing
fans.
about it is that
I miss Mitch, man. It's been 5
big
years, I
time.
think.
So you do stand-up gigs in St. Louis.
Sir, usually Monday nights at O'Malley's Pub. Oh, on the mic this time. Monday nights at O'Malley's Pub in South City at Limp and Cherokee. They have like a comedy open mic night that a dude named Max has been hosting it recently, but a guy named Howard Butler hosted it last time I was up there, and it's just awesome. Like there's a lot of really awesome up and coming stand-up comedians coming up in St. Louis right now.
How many good minutes do you have?
Well, I was telling you about my my sets at
Yeah, you got
Fubar.
forced into 30.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. There's the one thing I got forced into the 30-minute set at Bob Fancher's birthday from Foo Bar.
30 minutes for stand-up. That's a long
That's a
time.
long
That's a long
time.
time, man. And to think like what a stand-up comedian does, a half-hour special on HBO. Like if it's like HBO comedy half hour, it's like 50 minutes cut to a half hour.
Right, yeah.
Because they just go up there because it's a one night only engagement. And they film it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like to have to talk on stage for 30 minutes when you don't have a 30-minute routine and you're just scanning things in your head, you start having to improvise. And start having to just try to make people do whatever you got to do to make people laugh. And then once people start going, you throw the jokes in there. Like that ended up pretty good because by the end of it, I was ended up working out new stuff that I wanted to try on people, and I was just like, fuck it. And I was drunk and.
You brought up when you said to try on people, because like I think that like I consider myself to be a pretty funny guy.
Yeah,
but I work better
in the company of others.
Right. It's good to feed off people. And
that's the thing too.
When I was on,
I didn't blow him; he blew me.
oh man.
Damn it!
1, 2, 3.
So, what are we talking about?
Here's my problem with what I would think would stand up is the reason why I'm not going into it, the reason why I'm hesitant to do it is I think that I could have a killer time. I think that I could do good, but it would seem like factory work.
Well,
I'm funnier when people are talking to
When
me
you're in
and
the
I
moment?
respond.
Yeah.
Spontaneously. That's the way I'm funniest.
And that's the
I
thing.
do have stories, and I could make up shit. I mean, you could probably throw something up about whatever happened today, Tiger Woods, and I could come up with 30 minutes on it. I mean, maybe 5 is good, but
well, yeah.
But it would seem like factory work after a while. I mean, I'm saying the same shit over and over again. I'm better spontaneously, and that's why I'm not doing it. I think I would hate it.
I could see that. I mean,
I think I would fucking hate it.
It would get boring to you.
Yeah,
Well,
it
the
would get
thing is-
boring to me.
I mean, we've mentioned this before, but I think this podcast in general, we're influenced by like Tom Green, Andy Kaufman type humor.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
me and Joey talked about this the other day. But and that's you're kind of those guys like made themselves laugh before the audience.
Yeah,
What they thought was funny,
And
and
I
that's the thing, man. Like whenever I write jokes, I tried like writing stuff down in books. Like I would sit there and think, I'm gonna write a joke right now and try to write something funny, preconceive something that is funny, but it doesn't work that way. Especially, I mean, at least not for me. For me, like I'll be sitting there. And I was walking down the street one time, and I saw a bumper sticker that said, "Jesus teaches my student at St. Louis Lutheran Schools." And I thought, man, holy fuck, that's probably a pretty good school.
right.
But then I learned that Jesus only taught intro to computer applications and 7th grade girls basketball, and that doesn't impress me at all.
So Jesus is limited?
I mean,
he
I'll be
really
honest.
undershot himself. I think.
I really expected more out of Jesus. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's fucking.
Wow.
I mean, he got a couple DWIs. So I did comedy. I did stand-up comedy a couple of weeks ago. I would say it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago for my friend Rick. My friend Rick threw a comedy show for a stray rescue benefit. It was a benefit show with donations and everything. Like, to get into the show was a donation to the stray rescue benefit, and it would go to give animals homes. I, for some reason or another, thought it was a good idea to party hard as fuck before I went into this thing. I had a little baby keg of Newcastle you can get at Schnucks up there, and it was in my fridge, and it just was tasting so good. I had like 3 Newcastles before I went down there, and I made this huge vodka OJ, just so I could suck down some more booze. And as I was pouring in the 4th shot of this huge cup and then filling up about 2 or 3 fingers of orange juice, I was like, oh, Jesus. And I thought to myself, this night's either going to end. I'm either going to do awesome or I'm going to suck. So from there on out, I just kept going. And I got down to Foo Bar, and I kept drinking and kept drinking. And by the time I got on stage, I was a mess. I was up there ranting and raving and yelling. I did this whole bit about how I hate indie rock because I hate indie rock so much. And when I say indie rock, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't like it when people try to out obscure you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Look at me. I look like a fucking idiot. I look like a librarian.
They talk about the man, dude. This record sold 280 copies, and I've got one of them.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, come on.
Come on,
there's a
dude.
reason why they suck. That's why.
Exactly. I'm not a big fan of that, but I proceeded to just berate the crowd and yell at him. And I mentioned how I'm from Ironton, and someone was like, "Oh, you're from Ironton?" And I was like, "Shut the fuck up! You don't know where Ironton's at." Just yelling at the crowd. And after the show, since I was blackout drunk, I decided it would be a great idea to throw a party at my apartment and tell some friends from high school who drove up to
That guy's cool.
come up and see the show.
That guy
And,
probably listens to indie rock.
He could probably make his tires spin on wet pavement. Ooh.
Pavement. He probably listens to Pavement.
Oh, I got a couple pavement records.
I did too.
So Yeah, man. It's just the night swirled into me inviting people back to my house and going back and passing out. It was not cool. Blackout drunk, not good.
How many minutes do they give you up there?
O'Malley's will give you like 4 to 5.
4 to 5 minutes?
Yeah, man. It's breakneck. There's like 12 comics.
My set would consist of me jumping from story to story. I wouldn't have a fucking segue, and I'll fucking tell them I don't have a segue, and they can fuck off if they don't
But
like
that'd
it.
be funny.
I don't get exactly. That's the way I do it. I go, listen, I'm gonna tell you stories.
What I would
I don't
do
give a
is
fuck
this,
about
man.
a segue.
This
You
is
can kiss
what I
my
would
ass.
do.
There ain't
Oh,
no segue gonna happen. Yeah, and I go. That's the end of that. Now we're gonna go fucking this. I don't give a shit.
I think I've seen. I can't remember who. but-
Daniel Tosh does that.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't do segues.
Yeah.
George Carlin's done that in the past. He's went from story to story and said, "I don't have a segue." You know,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Well,
I think it's hypocrite.
get what you should do is get a set together, man, and like just it's pretty awesome. It's fun. It's exciting because I mean you never know what's going to happen up there. Because I mean I would say that I've done pretty well every time I got up there. I've had a lot of friends watch me before, obviously, but I mean, if you can make your friends laugh, then like you said, man, then you're in there. So I mean, dude, if you can make people like you,
I'll tell people to fuck off if they're not laughing too. I don't care.
dude, people need to get shaken up
He's
sometimes,
10.
man. Do it. Shake up
I
the
don't
That
give a
scene.
dude's
shit.
10.
Get up there, shake the scene up.
Other than the stand-up, Marcus has some bands. Let's plug his bands. We'll do one of his tunes on the way out of here. And
Oh, that would be awesome.
Awesome. All right, on, man.
All right.
We've had fun
one of the
having you,
bands
man.
is you got to say it again for me.
McCree.
McCree.
Yes, sir.
And that is at www.myspace.com, which is just a great outlet for music.
It is. That's the only reason why anybody should go to MySpace, but it's
Right.
so amazing for that reason.
We are McCree, MACHREE.
Yes, sir. Not McCree or Macree or McCrae or anything like that.
McCree.
Watch
all
The
right?
Departed. You'll figure it out.
that's good rockin' tunes.
Oh,
right?
dude,
Thank you.
really,
Yeah,
really. The Departed, huh?
Yeah, The Departed.
Nice, nice. And also Fister.
Yeah, Fister. The stoner metal, sludge metal band. Think of think like Black Sabbath.
What's a
but-
stoner?
Dwayne Cross.
Look in the mirror, bud.
Bom, bom, bom.
I don't get it. MySpace.com, Fister, the word 3 times. All right.
Yes, sir.
You can check out Marcus at O'Malley's on Mondays. And hey,
So
we
somebody had Fister, and then somebody had Fister.
Dude,
So
no.
you went Fister.
The original name of the band was Fisted Sister,
that's awesome.
but there's a band from Dallas named Fisted Sister.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, they're like butt rock. They sound like
Oh,
they
that's
sound
like-
Don't talk too bad about
I
Fisted
didn't bring
Sister.
him.
They're going to be our guests next week.
No
so
joke.
let's-
Yeah,
let's
those
keep
dudes
it.
are probably-
Let's keep it cool. They're really nice guys.
They don't have
Marcus,
any beards though.
for sure. Come and hang out with us again. All right.
For sure, I will be
Absolutely.
back.
All right.
Most definitely.
We're
Peace
gonna take
out.
a break.
We got
Can
Dick Brick coming up.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if I could say
The
it. or not.
celebrity.
Dick Brick is on the way.
Dick
All
Brick.
right.
Holy shit! I heard
That's
about
next.
this guy.